Oh, no. Oh, that's very not good. Come back. No, come back. Not there. I don't know where you're going, but don't. Whatever you're doing, just don't. Greetings! I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. And look at this. I can't help but looking over the edge every once in a while and seeing just how far we've come. Look at that. Ow. Yeah, and here it is. I put in all these railings to, quote-unquote, keep me safe, and here I am standing on the very edge looking at the 1.5 kilometer drop. Anyway. Thank you all very much, or at least everyone that, well, no, thank you all. Thank you all for watching this. I really mean that. The number of people that watch my episodes is always a little bit, I don't know, humbling, I guess? Overwhelming? You know, I always wonder, why do people say that something is humbling when really it just makes them really proud? But thank you so much to the people that gave me some suggestions and helped me figure some stuff out. We've figured out a few things that I made big mistakes on. One is the way that the blueprints is, or the reason the blueprint is acting weird. I should have thought of this, but that's okay. You know, if you haven't figured out by now, failing is one of my absolute favorite things to do. As long as I can learn from something, I love to fail. Because I love learning more than just about anything else, and failing is a great way to learn. So, there you go. Anyway, so here's the thing. Blueprints are not stored by reference. They're stored, the actual original blueprint that was there was stored. Like, the whole thing is stored in a blueprint. So I was making layers of blueprints, not it wasn't referencing itself, which is kind of what I thought. I thought it would actually reference itself. I'm not sure why. Anyway, one way or another, what was happening, and the reason that we would sometimes see rotation and sometimes it just wouldn't project at all, is because we were basically working our way down through the layers of versions of the blueprint. And so we were ending up getting back to the point where there was no blueprint stored in the projector, or there were rotated versions of the original blueprint. So how do we solve that? Well, thank you very much, J. Travail. I think it's Travail. Maybe JT Reveil. J. Travail. It's always hard to pronounce usernames. Anyway. You know who you are. Thank you so much. On the Discord, he saw my pleas for help and wrote me a script, which I have heavily modified. But he gave me the basics and he did all the research for the commands that I would need to be able to actually load in the actual projection each time. So we'll have a script that will replace the projection with the original version every time the projector is made. That we'll do in a minute. The other thing I discovered, thanks to Commander Kitten, by the way, was the first one to notice that I had screwed this up pretty royally. The reason the remote control didn't work is because the GPS point I created was not where my perspective was, not where my observer camera was way up in the sky. It was where my body was standing. So if I turn on my HUD, you'll see it says top of elevator down 1.38 kilometers. So this thing was trying to not go up, but it was trying to go down using the up direction. And so it was literally trying to do a U-turn, basically. That wasn't going to work. Now, I could build a ship to get my body up there, but honestly, we've got a better solution now. I actually like the solution better. Cruise control is working fabulously, and with the projection being fixed, and I'm also think that between some changes I made to Tim is now running in 5 cycles. So all of the things he's doing is broken up into 5 different pieces. It does mean that it takes up to 5 seconds. So if I remove this 5 large steel tube, it can take up to 5 seconds for that to reload. And then when I put this back, it'll take up to 5 seconds for it to take out the extras. Oh, well, it's 5 seconds. I don't care. So, also, for those who are very concerned, I have told this cargo container to also keep 2 oxygen bottles and 2 hydrogen bottles. Don't worry, I won't die. Well, I probably will, but not from that. PB projector fix. There we go. Edit. The performance is still a little bit rough. So this one fits all on one screen, and you can see it. The first thing it does is you have to actually reference the blueprint by the file name on the hard drive, which means that this isn't very good for transferring around to other people because, you know, it's actually got my username on my computer in there. Well, a shortened version of it anyway. Then it goes and it looks up all the projectors, and we're doing some other things in here too. It looks up all the projectors that are on the whole grid and all attached grids, by the way, which is actually something Jay Travail had it look at only the one grid, and I removed that. I just want all projectors everywhere. I'm just gonna make it simple. And then it cycles through each one of them, and then I moved some stuff around from the way he had it. If there are 0 remaining blocks, then it turns it off. So we're not using power if it's not projecting anything. And then it also sets the show in terminal to false, so that we're not, by the time we get up 40 kilometers, I'm not going to have a couple hundred projectors in my terminal. Then, if it doesn't have 0 remaining blocks, then it loads in the blueprint and then sets the projection, offset, and rotation and whatnot, and then puts in the terminal, and I'll show you where this is, the name and how many blocks are left. And that's all there is to it. So remember an exit. And then we're going to go ahead and run this by hand once. Sometimes it can be weird. There we go. So it shows that projector has 0 blocks remaining. That's not correct. Oh, it may have been an incorrect. Hang on, I'll bet you if I run this again, this one will go away. Maybe. Oh, 900 blocks remaining. Thank you very much. What? I'm betting it's underneath. It's probably like down here. Yeah, okay. It's upside down and pointing like underground. We're just going to get rid of this. Is from building the platform we're standing on, and we don't need that anymore. So we'll just get rid of it. So here's one of the projectors that says that it's missing 6 blocks, and I can tell because it's actually still on. And instead of trying to figure out what blocks are missing, I'm just going to just completely remove it and replace. There we go, we're good. Oh, apparently I didn't have enough steel plates. Don't care! So go ahead and run this again, which takes forever. Alright, so we've got one more down there, and I think it's near the bottom that says it only has 6 blocks remaining. I'm not sure. I'll just remove that the next time I'm down there. And then, of course, the one that's above us. Now I need to automate that process. So what I've decided to do is actually, I'm going to change the name of this to Discon. And I'm going to go back over to VSB, my visual script builder guy, and I'm going to make myself a script that does both the connecting and the disconnecting part. And whenever it disconnects, whenever it connects, maybe both. I mean, it doesn't hurt to run it more than once, but I want it to only run every once in a while because it takes a lot of juice to run that even once. So maybe each time it connects or disconnects, it's going to trigger that that blueprint fix. And that way, if it fails for one of them, hopefully it'll succeed for the other or whatever. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. So here's what I've got so far. If any connectors named elevator connector have their status as connectable, then, and this is the important part, and that same, or the elevator cargo has less than 16,000 steel plate. Now, that's important. Otherwise, it would try to reconnect immediately after connecting, after it's been refilled. So until it's actually welded to something, it won't be able to reconnect. Then, if those are true, then it'll lock in, connect, and it'll run our new PB projector fix programmable block. So it should fix any projectors that have been built. Else if there is no connectable connector and that connector status is connected, now we're on the flip side, and there's enough power and the steel plates have been restocked, then go ahead and unlock. Yeesh. Okay, so I've already put that in over in the game, and we're about to see if this works. Check code. Okay. Remember an exit. Ooh, I think I heard a shift. Yep, look at that. It's disconnected. And it won't reconnect until we don't have 16,000 steel plates. So now we should be able to turn on cruise control. We've already got the welders on. Go cruise control. Go cruise control. Cruise control, no go. I might have it disabled from some previous things. This is hitting. I don't need this. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was goofing around with stuff. Alright. That was all it was. Now it's going. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's too close. A little bit of lag, but locked in. We got the next projection. Oh! And it just... it just went off to the next thing. It got whatever charge it needed, and away it's going. That is awesome. It does make me a little nervous how long it takes to build the connector. Alright, here comes the next one. Oh, that one even went faster. Nice. And that locked in, and then within 5 seconds, I think it's actually going to go again, depending on the battery charge. Oh, yep, off it goes. Full automation, people. We are there. Okay, so we're at 3+ kilometers right now above the ground, and I'm noticing that the batteries are just not enough to keep the amount of power necessary going into those atmospheric thrusters. So when we get up to the next layer, I'm going to actually turn off cruise control. There we go. That just disconnected us, but it's not a big deal because I turned off the cruise control because we got to start worrying about the next thing. I didn't think it was going to happen quite this quickly, but we are going to need a different kind of thruster. All right, let's take a look. We are way up here. Yeah, that's what 3 kilometers looks like. So the next thing that we need is a hydrogen tank. and some hydrogen thrusters, and we can start removing the atmospherics, because it's not going to be too much longer before we can't actually fly anymore. I could probably do 2 more layers, maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 more layers on what we've got, but I'd have to put in more batteries, definitely. We're just not pumping out enough electricity to keep those things going. So right here, we've got a whole bunch of connectors, conveyors. And I was a little worried about where we were going to stick a hydrogen tank. But right here's a good spot. So let's do it. Let's put it right here. Hydrogen tanks are huge. There we go. So this should start filling using all of the... Yeah, we're already at 3%. And I have a feeling that we're not going to have too much trouble using the hydros, like keeping those hydrogen tanks filled, or that hydrogen tank filled. You know, I've got these conveyors going all the way around the outside. And I think once I remove the stuff below them, I should be able to get away with just putting the hydrogen thrusters right there. Alright, so that's 4 hydrogen thrusters, all smalls, of course. Well, maybe not of course, but definitely all smalls. And looks like they're not going to melt anything below them. So I think we're good to go. Let's see how this hydrogen tank... Oh, good grief, it's already full. Sweet. Okay, while this is going... little button panel here. So one of the things is I want an emergency stop button. So all thrusters. No matter what kind of thruster. This, oh, the shoot, the connector's off. Glad I caught that in time. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, no. Oh, that's very not good. Come back. No, come back. Not there. I don't know where you're going, but don't. Whatever you're doing, just don't. No. No. We're not gonna do this. I turned off the thruster. I hit Y. I hit the Y button. Y is supposed to turn everything off. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's go ahead and turn everything back on again. And turn off the override. We can turn off that guy. Dampeners are on. There is basically no chance of us being able to set this thing back on the elevator, is there? If I throw a couple of thrusters pointing in every direction, we might be able to. Let me try and do that as fast as I can. No, I want my dampeners on. Thank you. Fixing a ship while it's moving. It's just no problem. Oh, yeah, thank you. We are traveling 158 meters per second. This, by the way, would be an excellent use of that other script. This is absolutely hilarious. And in a minute, we're going to run out of hydrogen. That's okay. Worst case scenario, we can set it down on the ice. Okay. Now the next thing I need to do... No, I want my dampers on. So, what I was thinking is that maybe I should reload this one. I'm not normally a big reload fan, but see, the thing about reloading, and the reason that I normally prefer not to reload, is because I want to solve the problem. I want to actually, you know, whatever it is that happened, I want to deal with it. I don't want to actually, like, just ignore it and kind of move on. See, if I can get that horizon indicator to circle around me, then I know that I'm pointing about as close to straight up as possible. Now, let's see. I've put in... I forgot to record in all my panic the last time I reloaded, and then I died. Oh, that's great. Yeah, these things are actually damaging each other. Whatever, don't care at this point. I need to be able to fly this thing, and this ain't gonna cut it. Not the way I am right now. So let's put in a control station pointing a realistic direction. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. And see if we have any chance of actually landing this thing back on the top of the elevator before we run out of hydrogen. And these, oh yes, look at that. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. I just realized something. Welders, off. Okay, now I gotta get the top ones lined up. Oh, no, it's the, I see, it's the connectors that aren't quite right. Darn it, come on. Come on, you can slide past. I know you can. Oh, there we go. Let's get that just right in there. Did I just lock in? No. Okay. But I can hop out and go see how this is looking. Look at that. I can't believe it. Okay, so... I'm like kind of freaking out now. Okay. So we're sitting on the top of the tower, right? I mean, we have to be. So what I was about to do last time, and really would have been handy if I had already done it, was set the elevator thrusters to be just completely shut off with that button. So now, the next time something goes horribly wrong, I can run over and hit those buttons really fast. I could put a welder right here as kind of a last ditch welding opportunity for that connector if it doesn't go. If we make it all the way to the top on the hydrogen that we currently have, then I'm not going to worry about hydrogen. Well, one way or another, throw me a... Oh, it's this. What? Oh, what in the world? I know what that is. Oh, my... Okay. This is where the emergency stop button comes in. Did I not just turn off the... Okay. There we go. Okay. Turn them off. Okay. Well... Phooey. That was my connector script. Luckily, I have a backup of it somewhere. So, this is what happens when you leave a loose part in your ship and you start moving. There were some parts that fell out of these into the programmable block and timer block. And, yeah, this is what happens. So, be careful with that. Oh well, that's okay. This will be a pretty quick and easy fix, and I'll take care of it. But if you enjoyed this episode, give me a thumbs up. Hey, give me a thumbs up for a completely, fully automated tower constructing elevator. It took several episodes, but we actually did it. And I do mean we. Because without some of the input from the community, from the comments and the Discord, there's no way that I could have figured this out on my own. If you enjoyed this kind of content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, make sure and hit that subscribe button, hit the alarm bell, and as always, I'll see you next time on Epic Tech.